Welcome to Lighthouse Kinship's devotional video, Perception, Isaiah chapter 5, verses 20-21 NLT. What sorrow for those who say that evil is good and good is evil, that dark is light and light is dark, that bitter is sweet and sweet is bitter. What sorrow for those who are wise in their own eyes and think themselves so clever.
Ephesians 4, verse 18 Amplified. For their moral understanding is darkened, and their reasoning is clouded. They are alienated and self-banished from the life of God, with no share in it. This is because of the willful ignorance and spiritual blindness that is deep-seated within them, because of the hardness and insensitivity of their heart. 1 Corinthians 1, verse 18 Amplified. For the message of the cross is foolishness, absurd and illogical to those who are perishing and spiritually dead because they reject it. But to us who are being saved by God's grace, it is the manifestation of the power of God. Wednesday, July 26, 2023, Monica and I were at Eagle Bluff Lighthouse, Peninsula State Park, Green Bay, Fish Creek, Wisconsin.
Perception, Oxford English Dictionary, a way of regarding, understanding, or interpreting something, a mental impression. My hunk of burning love has had an enormous passion for photography. That passion started in high school, and through the years, God was depositing small nuggets for a deeper calling of this gift. When Bobby places the lens of the camera to his natural eyes, his perception of the image he is now viewing through his camera lens changes his previous perception of seeing the image through his natural eyes. Are you seeing your life through your perceptions or God's?
2 Kings 6, verses 15 and 16 NLT. When the servant of the man of God got up early the next morning and went outside, there were troops, horses, and chariots everywhere. "Oh, sir, what will we do now?" the young man cried to Elisha. "Don't be afraid," Elisha told him, "for there are more on our side than on theirs."
Elisha and his servant was literally surrounded by horses and chariots of the great army of Syria. When we are surrounded with life and death circumstances, is our perception as the servant of Elisha? All Elisha's servant could see was the natural, and the natural is real. There was no imaginary in what the servant was seeing.
2 Kings 6, verses 8 to 14, New King James. Now the king of Syria was making war against Israel, and he consulted with his servants, saying, "My camp will be in such and such a place." And the man of God sent to the king of Israel, saying, "Beware that you do not pass this place, for the Syrians are coming down there." Then the king of Israel sent someone to the place of which the man of God had told him. Thus he warned him, and he was watchful there, not just once or twice. Therefore the heart of the king of Syria was greatly troubled by this thing, and he called his servants and said to them, "Will you not show me which of us is for the king of Israel?" And one of his servants said, "None, my lord, O king, but Elisha the prophet who is in Israel tells the king of Israel the words that you speak in your bedroom." So he said, "Go and see where he is, that I may send and get him." And it was told him, saying, "Surely he is in Dothan." Therefore he sent horses and chariots and a great army there, and they came by night and surrounded the city.
Over 1,000 individuals have been murdered by the evil hands of the terrorist Hamas since this evil terrorist group invaded the nation of Israel October the 7th, 2023. Unfortunately, the perception of the evil that has and is still taking hold is calling this attack on Israel justified. No, no, no. Evil is evil. Terrorism is evil, and evil is never justified. In the book of Esther, Haman was the terrorist determined to annihilate the Israelites. But God placed Esther within to defend her people against Haman's evil. We, as mighty warriors of the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, Jesus Christ, have been placed within to pray for the people and nation of Israel for God's mighty protection and defense of his chosen nation and people.
Esther 8, verses 3, 7, 9, and 11, New King James. Now Esther spoke again to the king, fell down at his feet, and implored him with tears to counteract the evil of Haman the Agagite and the scheme which he had devised against the Jews. Then King Ahasuerus said to Queen Esther and Mordecai the Jew, Indeed, I have given Esther the house of Haman, and they have hanged him on the gallows because he tried to lay his hand on the Jews. So the king's scribes were called at that time in the 3rd month, which is the month of Sivan, on the 23rd day, and it was written according to all that Mordecai commanded to the Jews, the satraps, the governors, and the princes of the provinces from India to Ethiopia, 127 provinces in all, to every province in its own script, to every people in their own language, and to the Jews in their own script and language. By these letters the king permitted the Jews who were in every city to gather together and protect their lives, to destroy, kill, and annihilate all the forces of any people or province that would assault them, both little children and women, and to plunder their possessions.
This concludes our devotional video of Lighthouse Kinship Perception, 2 Kings 6:17 NLT. Then Elisha prayed, O Lord, open his eyes and let him see. The Lord opened the young man's eyes, and when he looked up, he saw that the hillside around Elisha was filled with horses and chariots of fire.
Monica and I thank you for traveling along with us here at Simon Creek Vineyard and Winery, Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. Come along and journey with us by subscribing to our channel. Hit that little notification bell so that you won't miss our next stop. Please give us a thumbs up, liking our videos, and help us to spread the gospel by sharing these videos on your social media platforms. Thank you for leaving your comments below on how these devotions are helping you, and also your prayer requests so that we know how to pray for you.